Festive holiday Robbie back here. Top 5 safe deck investments for this point in time. Things that you think that you want to pick up because for some reason you have that burning passion right now in the middle of December, by the way, that you're like, I want to pick up a new deck. Oh no, Arcus is going to die soon, and you didn't listen to that discussion a month ago. But alas, we're going to talk about 5 of the safest decks to invest in, at least for now. Let's dig on into this, shall we? Number 1 is, of course, Spiral. This isn't cheap anymore, alright? Double Helix is already getting bought out of just pure existence here. But I've seen this deck do crazy things. And I think that going forward, this deck is going to potentially be one of the best Tier 2 decks that we have seen in the game. And players are just like, no, you don't know what you're talking about. The deck's bad. And I'm over here looking at continuous results over and over again. And I don't live under a rock, ladies and gentlemen. Like, if you've been listening to the last 7 times I've said this, here we are yet again with this. It is a very safe investment. Magician's Souls is coming out. Worst case scenario here, guys. Engage goes to 1 on the list, and you play like 1 Engage, 1 Hornet drones, and you just splash in that engine. Like, at that point, like, or they ban Hornet drones. Either way, Sky Striker package is optional. You have options. But the deck, Magician's Soul, does wonders for this thing. So, with no new, like, real good support coming out, like, the biggest rejuvenation that we actually have coming out anytime soon actually is literally just Magician's Souls for Spiral. So, I do think that we are in a very good position to be having this discussion and saying, yeah, safe investment right here. Double Helix has gone up in price, like I said. I don't know if it's the cheapest route anymore, but in terms of like good stability, a good deck to play, I mean, yeah, you need like a danger package and things like that, but I mean, dangers go in like everything, right? Like, why do you not already own those? So, oh wait, because not everybody's rich and has money. I understand. Alright, so number 2 on this list is going to be Mecha Knights. Now, I am convinced that we're not going to see low rarity Mecha Knight stuff anytime soon, and for what we already have for Mecha Knights in the card pool, okay, I get it. It's not going anywhere anytime soon. I do think that we used to make this discussion and talk about Alistair being the best, alternative to the metagame. And now we've shifted into, well, nobody cares about column placement anymore. They'll just misplay, give your opponent a free purple Nightfall, to toggle with into a blue sky. And they're just like, I don't know what happened. This doesn't make sense. And it's all because you didn't play your cards appropriately. But columns and Mecha Knights are good. Mecha Knights are good enough that you could do Bullet Regional. I don't see, unless you're really bad at the game and you just opt for first playing Mecha Knights because you win the dice roll, I don't know what's wrong with you. I wouldn't be doing that. But it's literally, you can go to a regional and do well with this deck. You have no reason not to be. So in terms of like a ban list just ripping this deck apart and tearing its anus up, no, it's not going to happen anytime soon. Safe material. Literally, this deck is, honestly, I think this is the safest thing on this list. What's going to get hit in Mecha Knights anytime soon? Like, you also have a nice little lock that denies your opponent the chance to play the game, kind of built in. If you've looked through the couple of regional lists where the guy won and watched his deck profile, there's a lot more to the Mecha Knight theory and discussion than I actually realized. I was like, holy crap, this deck just isn't column placement drop dot deck. Like, you actually do other things in this deck, which is actually awesome. Like, who knew that this deck got the chance to do things? Now, number 3 here is Shuttles. Now, before you tell me the obligatory, yes, I know everything is getting reprinted in the structure deck. This is on the discussion of higher rarity things. Construct, Grista, Shekanaga. I do think, no, you're not going to buy out Dragon. Tyler, you know who I'm talking about, buying out dragons when they're probably going to get reprinted as super rares in OTS 13. Bad idea. But when you look at Shuttles fundamentally and a higher rarity-esque sense, this isn't going anywhere. Values for these cards have pretty much locked in. They're only going to start going up the closer that we get to, one, the Shuttle structure deck, and two, the Predaplant Link Monster. The Predaplant Link Monster changes the entire dynamic of this deck because you now get the ability to pay 2,000, drop Shuttle Fusion as an extra deck option, and gives you whole access to everything. I think for the longest long-term investment, you're probably looking at this deck. It's rewarded everybody up until this point. It literally took a structure deck coming out for these cards to shoot back through the literal roof. And the amount of love that this community has for Shuttles is actually impeccable. I'm actually very surprised to see that this product did so well. And I'm expecting once we get the Shuttle structure deck to eventually reach here, that we'll probably see certain prices on older stuff go up a little bit higher. I don't think we're at the highest point yet. I think it'll be once the deck releases and once the deck does something, we will start to see more shifts and then generalized with that. Maybe week of the release for the deck, people will be like, I gotta buy all this. But we'll see about that. Number 4 on this list is Grand Manju. Now, this is a tough one, and I had a couple of discussions with myself about this. I was like, if we don't touch Grand Manju on this list, if we make a passive stab at it and put it to 2, or we just don't do anything with it, Grand Manju has the potential to be one of the best decks really going forward. And we've seen the super rares, they're like max 350 plus shipping, really depending. But the cards that revolve around Grand Manju, the danger package, whatever other tech choices you're playing, could possibly see Gizmek get, limited to 1 or banned just because of the card being that good. But players are always going to continuously look to Grand Manju as of late. The card is incredibly good. Pot of Desire says give Grand Manju a lot of attack power. I don't foresee this deck going away. Even if we lose a couple of things, I think for the most part, the Grand Manju gimmick is here to stay. So, potentially safe call here going forward, and really just worthwhile approaching. Give some consideration to the little disfigured card, because the extra deck, or the Banished Zone, is only going to get more support, especially since it looks like we were heading on a way to fueling that more. I question mark that statement because it was really cool that we saw cards that banish from the deck to pay cost. Then you have cards like Grand Manju that reward you for that mechanic. So, I don't know. It's really weird that we were getting a lot of value for that. But, yes, do pay attention to the deck. I do think it'll be a safe investment overall in the long run. Don't buy 3 Gizmek, though. Alright, and then last up on this list is True Draco. Now, True Draco, I don't foresee anything happening. The least of my concerns about this deck is we slap it on the wrist and we take away a card Demise. We actually do something about Demise. But outside of that, Draconic Diagrams, the whole kick and kabang, for a rogue deck, it's here. It is still going to keep kicking for the longest time. And we can only get back more support. I mean, we could see multiple Dynamites actually exist in a format for this deck. I know, what a strange thing to say. Robbie's advocating for more True Draco cards in the format. I don't even play the deck. I think in terms of good rogue stability and money that's not going to go down, I mean, Draconic Diagram could probably get printed as an ultimate and be worth infinite money to all the people that are like, I kept that deck, yes, I am the one, I am the True Draco player. I have all of my ulti diagrams, and everybody will just pat him on the back and go, okay, Stevie, it's okay, buddy, you go play True Draco. Shout out to my friend Stevie, by the way. you the best true Draco player that there ever was. Watching you roll shark kids at 3 a.m. on dueling books has become quite a pastime. Maybe you'll get banned someday for it, but who knows. But alas, guys, that is all I have for this discussion. Are you guys going to pick up any of this? Spiral's the best way to go. Guaranteed. Alright guys, Pink Rabbit out. The ride never truly ends. Thank you, patrons, for helping support the channel. Without you guys, I don't know if I'd still be doing this. And for those of you that like Cardfight Vanguard, FanCool40 is here for all your content needs. And those of you asking if I sell cards, mcoolgames.com for all your trading card game needs. Check the description for more interesting info. Thanks for watching, guys.